You got screwed by the Indian government again.
Yeah. And spend more money on getting my passport renewed as much as I would. I don't think it would cost me as much.
Just become a Canadian citizen.
Exactly. It wouldn't cost me as much to become a Canadian citizen.
Well, honestly, you know what I think it really is? They don't like you because you're not in India. To a certain extent, like, yeah, them being lazy, but also on the other side.
Them being lazy is just the fact that they're brown and there's nobody on their ass to improve the process every little bit. Because, from my understanding, being the generation that we are, we're used to understanding the fact that, okay, there's a process to everything and it has to be revised every little bit, like quarterly, half a year, every whatever.
Every damn day.
Which is where you start analyzing what kind of customers come in, what kind of troubles do customers have, how can we improve the process, how can we do it faster. They least care of any of that. All they care about is the fact that they just want to spend their time advising you on what documents you need. You go back and with all the documents that they asked for, and now they need a couple documents to go with the other 2 documents. I don't know, man. 3 times I had to go there just to get a list of documents that they actually need to process my file. But I don't understand why this process of needing documents or a checklist of stuff from me isn't documented, in the sense that I'm not the only one who had this done to them. Like, I'm sure there's a million other people who've had this need or this service.
The entire lineup behind you and in front of you.
And why not have a procedure? As soon as people get in, they can see different applications, they can see different processes, they can see documented stuff that is transparent. I just want that process to be transparent. None of it's transparent. Only one person in the whole consulate knows what to get, and you have to actually stand in line with them to get a couple of details from him, and then go stand in line with him again to get his approval that yes, you have done everything he asked you to do. And if he's not satisfied, he could send you back. And perpetually. It's a perpetual fucking state of mind. And I don't know if he's on an ego trip or what, but he literally likes people to come 3 times to his office before he gives approval so that I can stand in another queue and submit my application. And this is the 3rd business day I've spent on it. I've almost spent $500 just to get all the documents and the bank drafts they need. And literally, I'm down by $700 just to get a renewal of my passport. Canadian citizenship doesn't cost that much.
Was it like 500 or something?
I don't know, bro. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not as inconvenient as this was.
But explain this BS about how they're not on Canada Day. Explain what happened there. I still don't understand. They're the Indian embassy, which means they should follow the Indian holiday schedule, which does not have Canada Day. Does it have July 1st? Do they have July 1st in general? Nothing, right? But the thing is, an embassy follows its own country's holidays, not the hosting countries. So if there's no holiday in India on July 1st, then there should be no holiday at the embassy.
There's no mutual respect. There's no respect for their own customers. Literally, we go there, we're as alienated as a fucking dog on the side of the street, man. Like, there's no transparency in the process. There's no sympathy for the fact that we're actually killing our workday to come here and get something done.
There's no weekend availability?
No, they're open from Monday to Friday. The only the time they accept application during Monday to Friday, 9 to 11, 2-hour window. They open at 9 o'clock, they start seating people at 9 o'clock, 9:30, they decide to open their shutters and start accepting application, 11, done. They close their shutters. They don't accept applications after that. They process applications, and 2 to 4, you can bring, get the stuff that you needed done, so you receive documents at 2 to 4.
It's kind of like if you submitted your document at 9:30, you get it by 2. If you submit your document by 11, then you'd get it by 4.
No, you don't get it the same day. They call you in a month or so and let you know, okay, you can come pick up your application, pick up your passport or whatever, this day, and we're accepting, we're giving out this stuff from 2 to 4 in the afternoon.
Bullshit.
It's.
See, that's the one thing I love about being Canadian. A lot of people don't seem to get it. There's a huge difference. Not just being a Canadian, but being in your own home country. Tell me this. If you were in India right now, like right this second, and you were doing all of this application work for the passport, Would you run into this same kind of issue?
It would probably be cheaper to actually bribe someone to get it done. So I would go that route, and it would probably be
No, but say if you follow the proper route.
no. It's not.
It would be the same?
See, they don't even treat you proper if you follow the proper route, because at the end of the day, they want commission out of it. They're not getting the
Well,
government
quote unquote commission.
bribe. Yeah, they just want bribe. The end all of is the fact that you slip them a couple $100 rupees, and they'll do the process for you just fine.
So
And
basically like $20
with a
Canadian.
smile.
A couple hundred rupees, what is that, like $20?
200 rupees,
Canadian?
$5 or so.
Oh, right, 200 and then divide.
I mean, they're
okay.
cheap that way.
Divide by 50, yeah. Because I know, here's the one thing I love. When I did all the documentation and everything, all I have left to do is actually go there. I want a new passport. They give me the application online. They just tell me that I have to, like, I can either mail it there or I can go there and give it to them. I prefer to go there because the mailing can take up to a week.
Yeah.
Go there, give it, and I know it's there on the spot. It'll get mailed out from there tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. I can get a 10-year passport, no problem. Even if your passport's already expired, what is it? I think you have 3 years from the expiry date to get a new passport, and it'll be a lot faster. If you have no passport at all, it'll still happen. It's just going to take another month or two. I can get the 10-year passport easily. I have my 4-year expiring this November. Probably in September, October, I'm going to get the 10-year one. Great, I'm done there. My dad is Indian. My mom's parents are Indian. I can get the OCI. It'll be a bit of a hassle, but say if every 3 to 4 years I want to go to India for a month or two, I don't have to worry about a visa, because half the work's already done with being an OCI, an out-of-country Indian. I may be born Canadian, but as long as my dad's Indian, I got a shot. But I think OCI would take, what, up to a year and a half to get? At the very least, I mean, Canadian way. In India, I'm at probably 2 years, and people don't like me because I'm not born Indian.
I'm not even sure, man.
But see, that's the thing. Say that even that takes a year and a half. That's fine. That happens. Then I get the enhanced driver's license. I can practically walk over the American border without being concerned about what's happening.
The problem is there's no online resources available, there's no documentation available, there's nothing available. So you're left to going there and then finding out what you need in the first place.
It's another thing about the Canadian system. I can do everything online.
Online.
And then it just tells me
I can pay online.
either you can
These
do it
guys
online
need a
or
money
you can
draft.
come here with this.
They can't accept cash, they can't accept debit, no credit, just a money order. You have to make a money order for $10 to $15 depending on where you get it from.
Well, the thing is, the government checks, even those, you have to certify those.
Yeah.
So that's fine, because even certification costs like $7. So I'm not surprised about that. But
But the funny thing
not
is,
accepting check in the first place, that's wrong.
knowing the fact that that's how narrow their window is for acceptance of payment, shouldn't there be some place online or in their office where it should be written that way? You actually have
It's
to
not
go
even
to
that.
an
If you have
officer.
a money order, you can do the money order electronically too.
Yeah, and you have to actually go to an officer to find out that you need money order. They don't tell you on their face. So a person was to walk in there first time wanting a visa, they would need to come up with a money draft right away. Even if they have every other documentation, they would still need to come up with a money order, which they have to go to the mall downstairs. And once they go there and come back up, then they can put in the application. And nothing actually is made as easy as that, because at the end of the day when you go to them, then they give you a ton more shit to come bring up, because like I said, they don't give you a checklist of documents, they verbally suggest it to you so that you're literally dependent on them to come back and verify if everything they asked for verbally is what you got.
But even then, it's only one at a time, right? You
Yeah.
go, they tell you one document,
There's only one
come
officer.
back, get the document,
There's
go,
only one
here's another
officer. There's only one officer, and he reviews all these applications before he can let anybody apply for anything. And then
You know
one
what he's
officer,
probably done? He's probably
he's on an ego trip. That guy's on an
Yeah, I
ego
think he's
trip.
probably didn't tell anyone what's needed altogether. So not everyone can even tell you. They can only tell you as it comes
Which is
up.
what I know. I know their
And he
employees
just
are.
doesn't know. He's purposely making sure they don't tell you.
But that's the thing.
So this way, he's controlling everything But the thing
ego
is,
trip. That's
that'll
what you call
secure his
it.
job. That'll, to him, in his mind, that's securing his job.
But that's retarded. That's
It
40
is.
years backward. Right now, the
It is,
process in this
definitely.
world is to have everything transparent so that it's as convenient for the customer as it is for employees to process the applications.
It should be.
And employees, even though they don't have all the education or maybe the degree or diploma to be, according to them, apt for this information, they should still be trained as to what customers should be treated, how, where should they be guided, or what all they do.
But do they have like a
need.
reception desk or anything?
Yeah.
Or like a general information desk? And how big's the line up there?
You can't go anywhere before going to the general information. So
No,
you
but
can't go to the lineup in the application booth. You can't go to the officer until you actually go to the receptionist, tell her what you want done, and then she'll guide you to that person or guide you to that office, and then you start
But
collecting
that's
information.
all. Like, normally, I would say that's the problem where that's not reception anymore. That's a triage desk. But at the same
Pretty much,
time,
it
that
goes
could,
through-
that
everything
could
goes
still be
through there.
okay on the condition they had the damn thing online first.
Yeah, nothing's online. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know, because I understand reception redirecting you, that's fine. But you should still have something somewhere. Even if not online, fine. Have a piece of paper in the middle of the floor on a board that says,
That's
you
all
need
I
this.
asked for. That's all I asked for. I'm like, look, can't you have this documented and put it in front of the people so that when they come in, they can read through this instead of every person having to go through information's desk? But no, how are they going to employ those two information desk people? One person taking everybody's cell phone and giving them a number for putting their cell phone safe, and then the other receptionist is just taking all their information and telling them where to go. It's the
normally
most
it's-
archaic process in this world, man. I'm telling you, I was ashamed, literally ashamed of. I didn't want to be rude. At the end of the day, I know they need information. I know that they need money to process it. But the fact that their customers literally have to beg them to take their applications is what's hurting. Is the fact that I had to spend 3 of my working days out of my vacation time or my sick days, whatever it is, and go there and still not have any resolution. Can you imagine how aggravating that is? I saw one actually Sikh person literally begging them the fact that, look, you told me that you'll process this in a month. It's been 2 months and I can't work. I have to go to US in order to I'm a trucker and I have to go to US on a regular basis, and I've been offered a job for 2 months. He's like, how am I gonna survive here? I need to be able to pay bills. I need to do some stuff that like other shit. Like I have other stuff to do, man. As simple as that. Like, oh my god. It's unfortunate. And literally a woman today shouted at them because the woman was told that they need $38 for processing her whatever application. And then when she gets on to the officer says it should be a money order. You can't have cash. We don't accept cash.
How can you not accept cash? Cash is the biggest form
But
of
I
payment.
told you they only accept money orders, but the only time they tell you that is when you're sitting with the officer. The receptionist
But it's
should
after the massive lineup.
Yeah, that's what this lady was pissed off about. The fact that, okay, first I go to the receptionist. She told me that this all I need. I have all that information. She told me I need $34 or $38, and I had that cash as well. But why did I have to wait for the officer for a half an hour? Once I go in the office, he tells me that he doesn't accept cash. He needs money order. What if that receptionist would have told me that she needed a money order? I would have gone downstairs during that half hour of wait and got a money order beforehand and got my application done. Now, after finding that information out from the officer, I have to go back downstairs, get the money order, and stand in the officer's line again. You see what I mean? Like it's.
But even then, didn't you say that it's only between 9 and 11 that they're even
only
receiving
between
a
9
pay?
and 11,
So
exactly.
it's like if it's
So
like 10:30, she finds out that
it's
she has to
they're-
go back downstairs. Then
Exactly.
she's
Can
screwed
you
for the day.
imagine how much that pisses off people? Because today, that's exactly what happened to me. And he needed me to fill out the same form 4 times over. Same form, copy. He wouldn't accept copies. He wanted me to fill out the same form 4 times. I did that, and I went back, and I already had a feeling that I'm gonna get late on the application side. It was 11:18 when he actually sat down with me, almost said no to something and this and that. But I was aggravated, so I made evident that I'm grieving right now, that you guys can't even coherently suggest what's needed, and then we're dependent on you to get the file processed or whatever. Eventually, he gives me approval by the officer, and then I go stand in line, and just the nick of time, I submitted my application.
But
Seriously.
even then, hang on, you got an 11:18 though. How did you submit your application after 11?
I think the lady
Or you
was
just probably pissed them off enough
The
that...
lady accepted it until 11:30. She said I can accept it until 11:30. So maybe again, like they
The thing is, I think they can accept it all day long.
but like
they
I
just
told
choose
you-
not to accept it after
Like
11.
I told you, it's possible because today, like I told you, they usually don't open their booths until 9:30, right?
Yeah.
So maybe 9:30 to 11:30 they started it this way now. Instead of opening the booth at 9 to 11, they started 9:30 to 11:30.
That's one step in the right direction.
One step in the wrong direction, right? I don't know what to say, man. I'm so frustrated at them today. And I'm still not comfortable thinking the fact that it's done, because I know that the Indian process, they'll probably come back and be like, oh, this didn't pan out, that didn't pan out, you need to provide this, you need to provide that, oh, we're rejecting your application. Literally blow up the Indian consulate tomorrow if that's possible. I would have killed somebody today. I would have been
Careful on
deported
the
to
terrorist
You
and
can-
murder
you can
comments here.
cancel,
I
don't care.
No, it's probably
I
going to stay
do
in. I'm
not
just going to
in-
add warning
I'm
everywhere.
a fully sane person. I do not intend on blowing anybody up. I just I expect respect and accountability for a process to meet its end.
That's better.
It could be satisfactory for customers and satisfactory for employees as well. At the end of the day, none of that exists in Indian consulate. It's like you go in that room, the
it was
portal.
easy, like,
It's
emailing
like
someone things
it's like a
to go.
time portal. It just switches back to like 1960s or something. That's how old their process is.
Even in the
I don't know.
1960s, they had some online things.
I enter there. It just seems like we're like fucking hundreds of years behind.
If only it was just as easy as like emailing the right person, and then like a week later you hear something. And that's the one thing I like about Canadian politics. They may be a bunch of assholes, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you need like an MP or someone to do something, you will hear back from them.
And you would
Maybe a bit
assume,
late, but like there's a process to follow. You can reach out to them, they
Yeah.
respond to you, and they actually get shit done.
and you would assume the fact that this information is available online, but it's not. The only thing available online is their addresses, their hours of operation, and their phone number. The phone number never works. By the way, you can call your ass off the whole day, they'll never pick up the phone. They don't pick up the phone. So there's no way for you to get information on what you need or
Or
how
you know
you
it's
can.
probably not ringing in the same building.
Not just that, how you don't even know how you can be prepared to go to the Indian consulate. Like there should be something that's available so we can be
There's
prepared
no
beforehand.
automated phone system or anything?
Nope,
or-
nothing.
At least that could say something. It's like
Nothing.
for information on this, and then when you hit one for that,
Nada.
it'll tell you like take this document, bring that document, bring this document.
Nope.
Because at least I called the Canadian. I had to call the Ministry of Transportation to get
And
the
then
enhanced
they
driver's
pick up-
license.
Yeah, they have
And
a
I
call
told them,
center for that.
"Look,
I
I
got
have-
hired one day.
Yeah, because I told them, look, I want to get the enhanced driver's license. I have the two forms in front of me here: the citizenship document, and there's some other like transport document or something about my license. Fine. I filled them both out. Fine. You gave me like a 10-page long instructional document that showed me all the conditions and things I need to be careful of. Awesome. I read it. I followed it. I'm not supposed to sign these documents as per your 10-page document. I did not sign them.
Transparency, man.
I told him, like, look,
Transparency
I
of
have
the
my-
process.
I told him, look, I have a current passport. I have a driver's license. What else do I need? They said that they need something like, basically another form, another ID.
Yeah.
I told them, look, even my health card is going to be the old red stripe card. And the thing is, I got that when I was a kid. So that's not even my signature on the back of the card. That's my parents writing my name on it. I told him flat out, that's the truth.
Yeah.
And so you know what he told me? In that case, look, seriously, we can't accept that. If you had the health card, like the new one, great. You don't, all you need is go to someone, like, he gave me a list of jobs and everything. He said, go to someone with one of these jobs and ask them to write a letter, just a plain simple letter, just saying that they're your guarantor.
Yeah.
They've known you for like X number of years. They can attest to who you are.
Yeah.
That's it. So I thought, you know what?
Sounds good.
I would rather these guys take my passport or something, but at least they told me flat out, here's what you need.
And the thing is, usually with any process Canadian, I know as long as I can find the information online and
You'll be fine.
prepared for it, there's no way the Canadian people ever return you for anything. They literally are ready to accept your applications.
They only
They're happy
send you
to.
back if they actually don't have a choice.
It's
Like,
funny
it's a
though.
vital document that you seriously do not have access to.
It's funny that white
So-
people, like, I'm sorry,
Take it.
the Western world understands better about Gandhi's Gandhi's saying about
Principles of humanity.
Their customer. Their customer is your business. You are not because of.
You exist because of them, not the other way around.
Not the other way around. The customer. It's because
Customers
of
will
the
always
customer.
be there. You might not.
It's because of a customer you have a job. It's because of a customer you have revenue and a job and a business. And without them, there is none, right? It's not because of the business that there's customers. It's because they come to you that you have a business in the first place. So realization of that, and again, in retrospect, having to revise your process every little bit is a necessity for any business.
But see, there's also a
And-
downside to that same saying. See, what happened to you at the Indian Embassy? Chances are
That's
they're
the-
only getting away at doing that because they're the only ones.
No, because they're not accountable. That's the
No, that's what I
issue.
mean. Even if they were held accountable, it wouldn't make a difference. There is no competition for them. So as far as they're concerned, the money can only go through them
Yeah, that's
and
right.
into their pocket.
And that's
if there
the
was
arrogance.
another embassy nearby, or even just within all of Toronto, watch what would happen.
That's the arrogance, right? That's why they're so cocky and lazy every
They know
day.
they have the authority and that you can't do anything without that.
No, there's no other option available to
For
the
other
Indian citizen.
businesses, there are competitors.
Oh, yeah.
HP competes with IBM, competes with Microsoft, competes with Samsung, competes with Apple.
Bro,
You can go
I
to
know
anyone,
that
so
even-
they're going to lower their price. They're going to
even
increase the
Canadian
service. They're going to do
government
anything.
processes. I've seen Canadian government processes.
Well,
There's
thing is, look-
still everything that the Canadian government can handle is great. Otherwise, they push it on to a third party so that they can actually maintain that customer
But the thing is-
satisfaction rate.
That third party has competitors.
Yeah.
The government at any time can say, F you all,
And
we're
you're
going
on
with this guy.
contract's done. We're going with somebody else.
Yeah.
And
But
that's
the
how you
government
keep-
themselves is the same thing.
That's how you keep.
We don't
people
like
on
the
their
liberals
toes.
we don't like the liberals this time. So guess what? Come next election, suck us all off. You're not going anywhere.
And that's how you
Conservatives, you're in power now.
Keep, that's how you
Boom.
keep people on your toes. It's just and I guess fear for their job.
But the thing
every
is, you
day.
can't pay most politicians off in Canada.
Yeah.
You can pay off a lot of people in India.
Everybody.
That's the problem.
It is.
In Canada, the price of accepting a bribe, if you're found, you will go straight to prison, guaranteed. You will be fired. You will never be able to come back. So many problems.
The worst form of bureaucracy, you know that. Like it's just no.
But see, here's another issue that has to be remembered: is that
sad.
India has the highest concentration of population in the world. What is it? 1.25 billion people.
Mhm.
And what is it in terms? Like, what's their number in terms of land size? What are they, like 10th, 12th, or something in the world for one single country?
No idea.
But they're really low on the list. So just imagine what kind of bullshit they have to face that we don't face as Canadians.
3 Indias will make a Canada, landmass wise.
I think 4.
Yeah, somewhere around that. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
like that's how big Canada is. And
But the thing is, look at
Canada's
our-
population is 1/10 the population of India.
Something along those lines. Yeah. Less than 1/10.
It is 1/10, 35 million.
And they're 1.2 billion.
billion people. Yeah.
It's more like 1% or a 0.5%.
Yeah.
But you gotta see. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that chances are, if India didn't have as much, like if Canada and India's population switched places, we'd be more on equal ground.
Good, very good. Thanks.
We'd be more on equal ground if the population switched places.
Yeah.
We have room for 1.2 billion.
But they're not going to be able to manage the 1.2 billion.
The point is that we have room for it. We have
Well,
availability for it. We have space for it.
The one thing I can think of why India is struggling so hard or is so behind on its progress, whether it be process of government or whether it be any other, industry. The only reason I think India is lacking behind is because, like you said, the sheer amount of population makes it impossible for them to manage around it. In Canada, it's mostly immigrant population that's been coming over generations and generations. And as
People came here under the idea of a new life, of a good
and
life.
they built it from ground up, right?
Yeah.
Accommodating all these immigrants. But in India, the population's already there. How do you get around that? So
Canada
maybe
has
that's
no
why they're
one that's
behind and
Canadian.
they-
That's
Yeah.
also unfortunately. Our native people, I mean, we screwed them over.
Yeah, pretty
We did. I mean,
Pretty
I feel sorry for them. But the thing is, I can at least say this. Canada has made a few efforts in the past.
Yeah.
We're working with them. Anyway, that's the end of this one.